I actually feel like we're on another planet. This is surreal.
Never thought that I would start any fishing trip in my lifetime on a live volcano.
Doesn't matter how big these fish are, they all fight really hard. Man, these things are crazy. They're crazy fish.
For over 25 years, I've been intrigued by harvesting and cooking food from the wild, hormone, drug, and stress-free. I like to see my food running, swimming, and flying in their natural environments. I've crossed oceans, deserts, and jungles in search of the freshest wild game on the planet. I'm Mario Calpo, and this is Man Eats Wild. In my Man Eats Wild quest to harvest and cook the best that nature has to offer, I definitely haven't forgotten about fish. But not just any fish.
It's definitely playing up.
Got a lot of spirit.
A lot of spirit, a lot of ticker.
I think inside every man, whether you're into this or not, there's a primal instinct of chasing big things. The first time I was completely addicted to fishing was when I was with my dad and we were fishing for tuna. I accidentally caught a marlin, and from that moment, I was completely hooked.
It's one of the biggest buzzes you'll ever get, you know? You're going to toe-to-toe with the giant of the ocean. Something that is, you know, really hard to explain.
You go from boredom and waiting and monotonous chugging over, 7 knots an hour, watching baits skip along the ocean. And then all of a sudden, the reels start peeling off and you just see that power straight away. At that point, you get really nervous. You get a real butterfly feeling in your stomach.
How big is this thing? Is it hooked up? Is it bill wrapped? Is it gone around its tail? Is it diving? What's the story?
And then once you know the fish is actually hooked up, you're on. And it's tug of war, basically, man versus beast. And it can go anywhere from 15 minutes to 6 hours. When you get to a level when the smaller species don't do it anymore, you go to these big species, which make it extremely hard to catch. So if you're up for the ultimate challenge as an angler, this is the fish you want to catch.
There's a big adrenaline buzz that you get and an achievement. It's quite amazing.
Normally, my focus is on harvesting food from the wild. That's what I do really well. But it's the chase rather than the kill that I'm completely addicted to.
Unbelievable fish.
When game fishing, I like to release pretty much all the fish I catch. That's the way it should be in my eyes. You might have gathered by now I'm a big fan of fishing, but my next adventure is unlike anything I've ever done before.
Charlie, Charlie is up to the north of the coast, climbing through 700, tracking northbound for White Island.
Today, I'm off to visit White Island, an active volcano off the east coast of New Zealand.
I'll tell you what, I picked the perfect day for it. Tell me a little bit about White Island and the volcano.
So White Island itself, it's only about sort of between 150 and 200,000 years old, so in volcano terms it is only really a teenager. So we do get magmatic eruptions out here as well, so that's when there is lava involved. The last one of them was in the year 2000. There is a lot of gas being ejected out of the island.
Sulfuric?
Yep, sulfuric, yep.
I can actually smell that sulfur. What a magnificent sight. So we're about a K or two in the sky and I'm looking down on an active volcano. It is just a breathtaking view. I've never seen anything like this I got to tell you, I am really, really excited.
The volcano crater that we can see from the chopper is only the peak of a much larger submarine volcano. The island has almost continuously been releasing volcanic gas since it was first sighted by European explorers in the 1700s.
Do you know anything about the fishing around here?
The old fishing out here is certainly pretty world-renowned, especially the old kingfish out here, probably some of the biggest kingfish in the world. And as you know, they put up an epic fight.
I've been chasing these monster fish all my life.
And that sounds awesome. Yeah, have a good drink at it.
Not to mention they're very good eating fish.
Yep.
That's music to my ears as I have a rendezvous with a boat right below us.
I think this is our captain here, Rick Pollock, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's them. Look at this. This is incredible. I can't believe this.
When Rick told me to meet him on White Island and I found out it was an active volcano, I actually couldn't believe it.
I actually feel like we're on another planet. This is surreal. Here comes our approach.
This is insane. We're looking for a place to land on an active volcano.
Wow. This is surreal.
Thankfully, my pilot Jason knows his volcano well and has a landing spot in mind.
Touchdown. Nice work, Jason. Thank you, mate.
I tell you what, I never thought that I would start any fishing trip in my lifetime on a live volcano like this. It is completely something out of a dream. It's super surreal. There's fumaroles going off in the background. It's really smelly. I feel like I'm on the moon, actually. It's just weird. The eyes are kind of stinging. This spot has something very special about it. Produced some of the world's best kingfish, and you know, if you are going to fish for these species, this is where you come. Permission to come aboard, Captain? Captain Rick Pollock.
Hey,
Pleasure to see you again, mate.
Great to see you again.
How's everything been going on the boat, man?
Pretty good. We've had a real busy season, had a little bit of time off in the winter, and we're just getting going again now.
What's the plan for today, Rick?
This time of year, we're fishing more in the deeper water now, Mario. The water's still a little bit chilly, and we'll be fishing in probably about 150 meters today, so it's getting down there. It'll take a lot of different thought process, but I think you'll do okay. You got the build and the mental fortitude, I think. We're going to test you, mate.
These fish are obviously super aggressive, and all they're going to try to do is just go straight down and snag us on the bottom.
Absolutely, Mario. They're street fighters, buddy.
They're street fighters.
They've got all kinds of volcanic outcroppings. There's kelp, there's coral, there's caves down there, and they know how to use it to affect their escape.
Absolutely. So the key thing when you're fishing these brute fish is to get them up as quick as you can and really smash them on that first bite.
Best if you can.
If you can.
Yes, if you can.
That's the challenge.
While Captain Rick finds a best spot for fishing, I waste no time in getting a line over the side.
So we're just dropping our baits down to the bottom and 130 metres of water. 100%, if we get a fish at this depth, it is going to be a challenge. And they will just go down for structure, try and go underneath the reef and structure in order to get away from us. So our job is to get them up as quick as possible before that happens. Yeah! Yes, mate! Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, first king of the day. We are on for young and old. Woohoo! Oh, yeah, nice. Serious amount of pressure on there. This is absolutely what we came for. Doesn't matter how big these fish are, they all fight really hard. As you can see, that rod tip is absolutely bending.
You can just see the power straight away. You know, these smoking reels.
They're not the biggest fish in the ocean, but they're certainly one of the hardest fighting fish in the ocean.
Hooking up to a 90-pound kingfish, pound for pound, you would think you've hooked up to a 200-pound yellowfin. Sometimes they fight so hard you wouldn't even know the difference.
Here we go. Nice fish. Yep. Oh, yeah, that pillar. Woo!
I'm fishing for kingfish off the east coast of New Zealand.
Man, these things are crazy. They're crazy fish. The current world record is 52 kilos and is caught on this boat in this location. This is where you want to be fishing for kingfish.
Okay, Mario, you're getting with it now. I'm very happy about it.
Here we go, bit of colour and a fish.
Okay, Mario, ease up. Taking advantage of the little guys, are you?
Always, mate. you
Okay,
know
good
that.
boy, good boy. Hooked nicely right in the corner of the mouth.
Yep.
Once you get that strike, it's all about how big is it. There's always that sort of unknown.
Chunky fish still.
Look at that. Awesome fish.
Have a kiss.
There you go. Nice fish. Still haven't caught the big one that we're after, but you know what they say, where there's small fish, there's big fish. Hopefully we get one for the plate coming up. That's what I really want to do. I want to get a nice kingfish so we can make a ceviche. Couple more casts and we'll see what happens. Okay.
You're picking on the small ones, Mario. We need some larger fish. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Nice fish. Yes. Thank you, guys. Beautiful fish.
See if he makes the meter. I think he's just going to barely scrape in, and we'll put a fisheries tag in him.
102.
102.
Look at that. Just made. We're in the money.
Well, I'm putting in this fisheries tag, and if this fish is recaught, they'll know where it went, how much it grew. We've just measured it. We'll estimate the weight, and it's all part of scientific research.
It's really a lot of these people coming out and doing this kind of fishing a key role to conservation.
It is. We probably release, I would think, 80 to 85% of our kingfish over the course of a year.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And they'll be there to catch again.
Yeah. And that's one for the board. That's Kingfish White Island. Got young Will here who's just hooked up on a fish. Not sure how big it is, but I reckon it'll be an eater, which will be good, because then we can create this dish that we want to do tonight, which is the Kingfish Ceviche. That's a nice kingy, Will.
Yeah. I think he's it, boys.
Yeah.
100 on the dot.
On the dot.
Perfect eating size.
Yeah. So after an absolutely glorious day of fishing out at the Bay of Plenty at the White Island volcano, as you can see just behind me, I'm preparing today a kingfish ceviche. Basically, it doesn't get any fresher than this. So what I've done is I've taken this back rear tail fillet out of about a 15-kilo kingy that we caught. And what you want to do is you want to take real thin slithers off and make sure it's all clean up. I'll take all that sort of reddish backbone meat out of it. Just cut through as thin as you can. Real sharp knife is vital for this. Okay, Okay, just like that. Just here I've got lemon juice, grapefruit and lime juice. Basically any citric juice is gonna be what a ceviche is based out of. We're gonna put a bit of olive oil, chopped capsicum and cucumber, some pickled ginger, and some mint, chives and coriander. So what you want to do is just pour a bit of this citric juice on top. Ideally you want to let that sit for a bit, and that's actually what does the citric cooking. Sprinkle some of this on top of it. I use yellow capsicum just for the colour. Bit of chilli, you don't have to put this on, but I love my spice. I put a bit of red and a bit of green. Some pickled ginger. Coriander. This is really simple. Anyone can do this. This is not rocket science. It's just good, fresh herbs. I can promise you it tastes amazing. A little sprinkle of chive. Olive oil. You can add a bit of soy sauce if you want, and that's it. Kingfish ceviche, done in the Bay of Plenty, and it doesn't get any fresher than that. This fish was caught this morning, fresh as. I've got to say, it's been an unbelievable experience catching these amazing creatures in front of an active volcano and then being able to produce this fresh, beautiful food.
On December 9th, 2019, the unthinkable happened and White Island erupted. At the time, there were 47 tourists on the island, and tragically, 20 people lost their lives in the explosion that day, and many more were injured. There are no words that can adequately describe the terrible loss, and I knew that this news would have to be devastating to Rick, who has spent many years fishing these waters and mooring his boat next to the island. Hey, listen, I came up... After speaking with Rick on the phone, we decided to get together for one last trip to a nearby fishing spot and pay our respects to the victims and the ocean.
Boy, I tell you, that White Island eruption was a real shocker. The first person named deceased was one of my former deckhands. Another one of my deckhands was on the island and rescuing people, and so I almost felt as though I was there, and I had a heck of a knot in my stomach, and it was a horrible thing to happen. Many people unfortunately lost their lives.
Rick has recently retired as a skipper, so today, Tony, who is a really good friend of mine, is taking us out fishing at the legendary Ranfurly Banks.
I think we were the first boat to have ever fished Ranfurly in 1979, recreationally. Yeah. So it's been too long since I've been back out here. So nice time, springtime, good time of the year to be here. Yeah.
Ranfurly Banks is a very isolated underwater mountain range off the east coast of New Zealand. It's home to some of the largest kingfish and blue marlin ever caught. But before I can hook a monster fish, I need to catch some live bait.
Beautiful. They like live, fresh fish. Nothing better than the real deal. And that's exactly what we're getting. Look at that, tasty little treat.
Got a kahawai, which hopefully we're going to convert to a massive kingi.
We got our live tank full of kahawai. These are a preferred eating fish for the kingfish. Now it's time to head out to sea and see if we can nail a monster. Set and ready to go. Got a double hook up, me and Rick are on the rods. Small little kingfish, first blood. Got to start small and you got to start somewhere, but we're off and running.
This is slightly bigger than the last one I got, which means it's about 3 kilos. I'm not even gonna give this the dignity of taking it out of the rod holder.
Do it. Yeah, I'm on here. Yep. Another one. God, it's crazy.
South African fish?
We're getting bigger, slowly, slowly.
Sure enough, the kingfish we were catching were getting larger. But I still have that nagging feeling that something bigger is lurking below.
Oh, yeah, go, go.
Yeah, go on. Big head shakes, big movement. Actually, this fish, probably a bigger one. Yeah, this feels like a really good fish. Man, we always leave it to the last minute. I actually think this is a better fish. Yeah, I think this is a bigger fish. Still going. Wow, look at this, guys. Oh, man, that's a big fish. Wow, that's incredible.
This, my friends, is the monster fish I've been waiting for.
There you have it, folks. 50 kilos of bass.
There's some eating for somebody for a very long time. And this stuff sells now in the stores for something like $54 a kilo.
Wow, look at that. Beautiful piece of clean, wild protein.
Rick has such a close connection to the ocean, and spending time with him was such a healing experience. Life is unpredictable at the best of times, and it could have easily been us caught in that explosion. And it really brought home just how real these dangers are when I'm harvesting food in some of the harshest and most unpredictable locations on the planet.